Frigid temperatures throughout the U.S. and Nashville is no exception. The current temperature is 22 degrees, which will likely make this the coldest game in Nissan Stadium history. The Titans have been ice cold as well. Tennessee has lost 4 in a row, and their lead in the division is down to a half game entering today against Houston. And hi everyone, Merry Christmas Eve. Alongside the Hall of Famer James Lofton, I'm Andrew Catalan. We'll hear from Amanda Renner coming up. We are joining you an hour later than usual after the decision was made this morning by the NFL in correlation with local authorities to push back kickoff by 1 hour in an effort to minimize the impact on the power grid here in Nashville. There have been rolling blackouts throughout the last 24 hours. We are using generators here at Nissan Stadium today. So James, what's the last couple of hours been like for these players?
Well, these players know that when they start the season with the heat and humidity in September, they're going to end up playing in some cold weather in December. In between, get wind, rain, all those conditions. You want to be able to thrive in any of those conditions.
Players will have to stay warm today, and for more on that, we send it down to the field and Amanda Renner.
Yeah, Andrew, Joey Barranco, the head equipment manager for the Titans, and his staff are almost better than Santa today, giving the gift of warmth. 80% of the team will be wearing this wetsuit as their base layer, and every single player will be wearing this ski mask under their helmet. Now, from there, the guys can customize for what their needs are. A lot of them will be wearing these fleece shirts underneath their jerseys, and then Derrick Henry and receivers chose to wear these glove liners in these cold weather gloves as well. Malik Willis asked for thermal bottoms to be sewed into his pants. There's bone broth on the Texans sideline. All of the heaters are pumping. They're all doing their best to keep these guys as warm as possible.
All right, you do the same, Amanda. Stay warm down there. It is officially 20 degrees at kickoff. So this is the coldest game in Nissan Stadium history. The previous cold was 23 degrees, a game against Jacksonville 5 years ago. Houston won the coin toss. They have elected to defer. So Ka'imi Fairbairn kicking away to Julius Chestnut, a short kick in the cold. Chestnut lunges across the 25, and he's down at the 26. So out comes Malik Willis, who is starting today for the injured Ryan Tannehill. Willis making his third start of the year. One of the previous two came against Houston back in Week 8, a 17-10 Tennessee victory.
You know, quarterbacks are always judged on their win-loss record, but a stat that's even more important, turnovers. Don't turn the ball over. That's what they've told this young quarterback today.
Derrick Henry, wearing red sleeves, starts at running back and takes the pitch on first down, trying to turn the corner, and he is cut down by Jalen Petrie. Nice tackle by the rookie out of Baylor. Well, if you've been following the Titans, you know they have a lot of injuries, and that continues today, especially on the offensive line. Ben Jones and Nate Davis going to IR, so Corey Levin starts at center, and Jordan Roos is the right guard. Todd Downing, the offensive coordinator. After a 2-yard pickup on first down. Play action, Willis. The screen to Henry, going nowhere. Malik Collins makes the play. And it'll be 3rd and long for Tennessee after a loss of 5. Lovie Smith, the head coach, and he calls the defense for a Texans team that has struggled to stop the run this year, giving up 167 yards on the ground. That's dead last in the NFL. And in the first meeting between these two teams, Tennessee ran for 314 yards. 3rd down and 13. Willis in trouble, and Willis is taken down. Okoronkwo and Cashman combine on the sack, and a 3-and-out by the Titans to open up this game.
And as you watch Willis looking down the field, the one thing you realize, everybody's covered. Nobody's open. He doesn't have a receiver to throw to, so he eats the ball. Maybe not the worst thing in the world. Don't put it up for an interception to possibly happen.
It's a Tennessee team that leads the NFL in 3-and-outs. That was their league high 50th of the season. Desmond King is back deep to receive the punt from Ryan Stonehouse. King from his 26, and right there is Devontae Harris. Good play on special teams by Harris after a 55-yard punt by Stonehouse. So here comes Davis Mills, who will start at quarterback for Houston, but we're still expecting to see that 2-quarterback system along with Jeff Driscoll, who's the backup today.
And Driscoll's in the huddle right now, so this really causes that conflict for the Tennessee Titans on defense. Who's actually going to take the snap? What are they going to line up in? What do they plan on doing?
Driscoll goes to the bottom of your screen.
He's already saying he's open too. You know that.
Mills under center. Royce Freeman at running back. And a handoff to Freeman. And he gets to the 28-yard line. Joshua Kalu on the tackle for Tennessee. Houston gets Brandon Cooks back today. He's missed the last 3 games because of a calf injury. That's big for Pep Hamilton, who said we need some chunk plays out of Cooks today.
And Pep Hamilton reaching into the bag of tricks. He has offensive linemen split out to the numbers. Now they're reducing in. You're going to end up with a base defense from the Tennessee Titans because they're going to probably play in zone coverage. Davis Mills should know that by now.
Driscoll again at the bottom of your screen. Mills to the air. And that pass is batted down. Tierre Tart got his hand up there. And it's 3rd down.
Tart's going, no, you know you can't throw in my area. That's his 6th pass defense during the course of this season. You may not get a great pass rush in the middle, but if you get those hands up, you can be equally effective.
3rd down and 8. Houston, 2nd worst in the NFL on 3rd down this year. Only Denver has a lower percentage.
Got to deal with Jeffrey Simmons right there.
Mills stands in there and sails a throw incomplete. That was way over the intended target of Chris Moore. So after a 3-and-out by Tennessee, Houston goes 3-and-out.
You come out for pregame warm-ups, you throw ball after ball after ball, and you think that you're ready for the cold. Sometimes you get in the game and you haven't thrown a ball in a couple of minutes. Ball just takes off on you.
Mike Vrabel telling us that because of the cold weather, the kicking game will be significantly impacted. He's got 2 punt returners back deep. He's got Robert Woods and Treylon Burks.
And the Titans did a good job on their punt. They netted 55 yards out of it. Now if you can get a good return here, you really shift the field position.
Here's Woods from the 35, across the 40 and stood up there by Neville Hewitt. A 37-yard punt, an 8-yard return by Woods. No score, Houston and Tennessee.
Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
Back in Nashville, and it is officially the coldest game in Nissan Stadium history. The previous record, 23 degrees. Our kickoff temperature today was 20 degrees. So a lot of hardy fans in the house today at Nissan Stadium. For a Tennessee team that desperately needs a win, they've lost 4 games in a row. First time that's happened since 2015. James, you played in Green Bay and
yes.
Buffalo. What was the big key for you as a wide receiver in these cold weather games?
Well, really the thing is you get gradual cold when you play in Green Bay, Buffalo. This is a shock to these guys' systems. See a lot of guys out there sleeveless trying to impress us.
Doesn't impress me. Here's Henry. And Henry up across the 45. Now, if you're a Texans fan, you know what Derrick Henry has done to your team over the years, including the last 4 games. Each of the last 4 games, he's rushed for at least 200 yards and 2 touchdowns, including a career-high 250 yards in a 2020 game. That was a franchise record. 2 carries, 7 yards so far for Henry. Back to Henry. A flag is down. Henry slips a tackle into Houston territory and down at the 42-yard line. There was a lot of discussion before that snap between Lovie Smith and the official. And as soon as the ball was snapped, the flag came out. Our referee today is Sean Smith.
Legal formation, offense. The initial set was illegal. The tackle was not covered. 5-yard penalty. Replay, second down.
And that may have been what Lovie Smith was telling the official before the snap.
Because you cannot come out in a situation where you don't have that tackle covered. It's an illegal formation to start. At the collegiate level, you can, but not at the professional level.
So a penalty against Tennessee. They averaged the 5th most penalty yards in the NFL this year. Willis chased on the run. He's got good speed, but he's dragged down by Jonathan Owens. Nice play by the 4th-year safety, and that makes it 3rd down.
I think when you go from the collegiate level and you're a really good runner, you can outrun a lot of guys. That time, Willis hesitated a little bit, didn't use his speed that he really has to really get away from Owens, and Owens was able to track him down. If he starts to sprint on that rollout earlier, I think he really rounds the corner and picks up some good yardage there.
So a 3rd down and 9 coming for Tennessee. Willis has time, throws one over the middle, and it's caught right at midfield. It's Westbrook Akine making the reception. Let's see where they spot it. Very close to a 1st down.
And I think that Coach Mike Vrabel has already told his offensive coordinator, we need to go for this on 4th down. Let's see what we can do to pick it up.
It is just short, 4th and inches for Tennessee from just shy of midfield. They line up to go for it. Willis trying to do it himself. A push forward, and he's got the 1st down. Behind center Corey Levin, Austin Hooper helping to push Willis across the line of scrimmage.
And that has become the new play with that tight end coming in motion to push behind the quarterback to get him going, to get that movement, because you can't get it all just with the offensive line. You get stalemates there. Well, when you get that small little crack and you get the tight end pushing you in the back, you're going to pick up the 1st down.
Willis in the shotgun and hands it to Henry. Blockers ahead. Derrick Henry still going. Breaks free. Henry at the 10. 5. Touchdown. Derrick Henry. A 48-yard score. And he continues to feast on the Texans defense.
You know, when Derrick Henry got hurt after 8 games last year, people thought, oh, coming back, maybe he's going a little bit downhill. I don't know where the downhill portion of this guy's career is going to be, but it's not here yet. Derrick Henry, great speed to get to the end zone on that last run.
He now has 12 rushing touchdowns in 12 games against Houston. And the extra point by Randy Bullock is good. Derrick Henry with his 13th rushing score of the year. And Tennessee takes a 7-0 lead. King Henry, a 48-yard rushing touchdown, and Tennessee jumps out to a 7-0 lead. In the first game against Houston earlier this year, Henry over 200 yards, and he's already got 55 in the first quarter as Bullock kicks it away to Tremon Smith. It's a touchback. And we go back to the touchdown, James.
You know, yes, you're getting great blocking at the line of scrimmage, but to get blocking down the field is equally important, especially when you break long runs. And Derrick Henry, you get the receivers doing a great job down the field. You get that block there, and all he has to do is make one man miss. He can make that guy miss right there, and he's off to the races. And when he gets off to the races, he has plenty of speed to make it into the end zone.
In the first meeting back in Week 8, Henry rushed for 219 against the Texans. We start this drive at the 25-yard line, and Royce Freeman stretches out to the 30. Looking back at that Week 8 game, it was 219 and 2 rushing touchdowns for Henry. Willis made his first career start in that game, and Houston only had 161 total yards of offense, and they went 2 for 14 on third down. Jeff Driscoll is in at quarterback on second down and 5. Mills is not on the field. And a handoff. Freeman, not much doing. Well, don't miss Tom Cruise in the biggest movie of the year. Top Gun Maverick is now streaming on Paramount Plus, rated PG-13. Head to ParamountPlus.com/Top Gun Maverick. 2-yard pickup for Freeman makes it third down and 3. Let's see if the Texans can put a drive together as we approach 7.5 to go in the first quarter. Davis Mills back at quarterback in the shotgun. Pressure coming. Mills steps up on the run, keeps it himself, takes a big shot, but picks up the first down. So Davis Mills needed 3 yards, and he's got 4. It's 1st and 10.
You know, last week, Davis Mills had the longest run of his career, 17 yards, touchdown. And, you know, we talked to him about it because they don't think of Davis Mills as being a running quarterback, somebody who's really good in the pocket. You got a little open spaces right there, but run for it, pick up the first down. That would have been a tough throw on the run.
Monty Rice had the big hit on Mills. Freeman to the 40. Now, James, interesting dilemma, if you will, for Houston when you're going against this Tennessee defense.
Yep.
Second best against the run in the NFL, but they have the worst passing defense in the league as there's an injured Texan down on the field. And it's Titus Howard, who is starting at left guard for the second consecutive week. Lovie Smith telling us that Howard protecting the inside of the pocket has been big for Houston, but he is still down on the ground. We'll step aside and come right back.
And by Lowe's. Let's tackle home together this year.
Everyone trying to stay warm on a cold day in Nashville. Titus Howard has gone into the blue medical tent, and Jimmy Morrissey has replaced him at left guard. Second down and 6. Play action. Driscoll throwing on the run. Completes it to Brevin Jordan, who picks up a first down into Tennessee territory. Good extra effort by Brevin Jordan. Now, James, this is what we were talking about before the injury. On paper, you say, yeah, we should throw it a lot against this Tennessee defense, but with today's weather conditions, how do you factor that in?
Not only the weather conditions, but when you look at the Houston Texans, what are they good at? When Pierce was in the lineup, they were good at running the ball, getting the third down, and having a manageable situation. You do not want Jeffrey Simmons rushing the passer on 3rd and 7+. You love to be able to get in those manageable situations, 3rd and 3 or 4. So you got to run the ball early in this series.
Driscoll at quarterback. Hands it off. And a couple of yards there for Freeman. Kevin Byard makes the tackle. The previous play went for 14 yards to Brevin Jordan. And now Davis Mills back in.
And I enjoy what Pep Hamilton is doing because he's having some fun with this Texans offense. It doesn't have a lot of firepower, but by putting the 2 quarterbacks in the game and having them on the field at the same time, you're creating a lot of conflict and a lot of conversation on the side of the Tennessee Titans defensively.
Driscoll at the bottom of your screen. Mills throws it to him. Driscoll, his second career reception, and he gets to the 38-yard line. It'll be third down and short. So remember, Driscoll, a quarterback in college and his first few years in the NFL, but then last year made a brief transition to tight end and now has 2 career catches.
We are not far away from the double pass, because that pass was straight down the line of scrimmage. If Driscoll's a yard or 2 deeper, he can then throw that ball down the field to a receiver if the Titans come up and play the run against him.
3rd down and 2.
Could be close to 4-down territory here if you don't lose yardage here.
Play action. Mills looking deep for Akins. He's got him. Jordan Akins. A big play for 29 yards.
We talked about the Titans and their spotty pass defense. He's got them twice in this drive already, and it's been the tight ends who have been doing the damage. So you're getting into that secondary, you're getting deep against those safeties, and those safeties are looking at that interior, thinking run, not playing the pass enough.
His 29th catch of the year, and it makes it 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. Freeman. And Danico Autry throws him down. Tennessee happy to have Autry back after he missed the last 4 games with a knee injury. Tennessee lost all 4 games without him. And there goes Titus Howard to the Houston locker room. One of their top offensive linemen who has shown his versatility, starting at right tackle most of the year and now has been working at left guard the last couple of weeks. 10th play of the drive. Mills, pressure coming. Mills throws on the run, nearly intercepted. Zach Cunningham had it right in his paws, but he could not bring it in.
When it's cold and you're playing receiver or tight end, it's tough enough to catch the ball. But when you're trying to do it at linebacker and you're not, that's not your specialty, sometimes that ball feels like a brick when it hits your hands.
The former Texan nearly picked off his old team. Instead, it's 3rd and goal.
Jeffrey Simmons lined up over the right guard, Jimmy Morrissey, left guard, Jimmy Morrissey, who's in the game. He's trying to split this gap.
And Lovie
right there.
Smith calls timeout. Play clock was winding down, and Lovie ran down the sideline to call timeout. First timeout of the half for Houston. .244 to go, first quarter. Next Saturday, college hoops triple header beginning at noon Eastern with Louisville tipping off against 19th ranked Kentucky. That's followed by Oklahoma State and number 4 Kansas. And then in the Mountain West, San Diego State takes on UNLV. It's all next Saturday here on CBS. We got a lot of Santas in the house today.
Lovie
Anything
could
to stay warm.
Yeah, well, Lovie could be a Santa.
He's got a great beard. No doubt about that. Out of the timeout, 3rd and goal. Houston, 3rd worst in the NFL, scoring touchdowns in the red zone this year. Mills, good protection. Rolling right. Nobody open. Mills cuts it up at the 5. Lost the football. Free in the end zone. And Rex Burkhead has it. Touchdown, Texans.
By the offense in the end zone for a touchdown.
Rex Burkhead saves the day, and the Texans are on the board.
You know, all scores are replayed, so you're going to watch this play. You're going to see the tail end. Does it look like he's pitching the ball forward, or does it look like it's a true fumble, and Rex Burkhead was out of bounds and comes back inbounds? Is he the first to touch the ball?
Yeah, a lot to look at, as you point out, James. It was called a touchdown on the field, so it will be reviewed automatically. But it looks like it's been confirmed very quickly as Kaimi Fairbairn is on, and he drills the extra point. So Davis Mills fumbles, but Rex Burkhead is there for the touchdown, and we are tied at 7 with 2:34 to go in the first quarter. Let's take another look. Remember, Mills lost a fumble in overtime last week against Kansas City. Clearly a fumble there. And Burkhead was able to fall on it. And Gene Steratore is with us. How do you see this, Gene?
I think Mills is reaching for the goal line, in my opinion, guys. And let's remember, it's not fourth down. We're not inside of 2 minutes of either half. So another player from the offense can recover this, and that's why they confirmed it so quickly with the touchdown.
Does it matter that Burkhead had stepped out of bounds and he's the first to touch the ball?
Not so long as he reestablishes, James. As
Right.
soon as he reestablishes himself again, he's then legal to recover the ball.
Gene, thank you. Second touchdown of the year for Burkhead. He also had a receiving touchdown earlier this year. As we take another look, Danico Autry and Kevin Byard forcing the fumble, and Burkhead in the end zone to scoop it up. So Fairbairn kicking away to Chestnut. From the 1. Chestnut is upended.
That ball's loose under the pile.
And now some whistles. And it appears the Titans have recovered. Their offense is walking out onto the field with 2:30 to go in the first quarter. NFL Family is committed to advancing social justice in communities across the country through the Inspire Change initiative. The new Inspire Change Changemaker Award recognizes community members who are working every day to create progress on important issues. The Titans have nominated 74-year-old activist Joyce Watkins for the award. To learn more about Inspire Change and these change makers, visit NFL.com/Inspire Change. Willis completes it to Burks. Dragged out of bounds by Petrie. And a flag is down back at the line of scrimmage.
Holding, offense number 78. 10-yard penalty, replay, first down.
And this is coming back. Nicholas Petit-Frere wipes out a 22-yard pickup.
Yeah, a lot of nice things on this play other than the holding call. You see Willis step up into the pocket, so you gain that ability to step up. You know that you have good protection inside. Just that holding call on the outside on your right tackle puts you behind the 8 ball now on 1st and 20.
Henry finds a hole. Derrick Henry right up the middle. And he gets those yards back, a 13-yard pickup. Jake Hansen on the tackle for the Texans.
When you have a big hammer, you use it. Even on 1st and 20, when a lot of teams are thinking, oh, we've got to throw the ball, we've got to pick up some chunk yardage, put the ball up in the air. And you can pick up 13 yards by running in between the tackles. You've got an impressive offense going for you right now.
Already 68 yards rushing in the first quarter for Henry. Henry again, and this time he's bottled up. Christian Harris, one of the first to get there. We spoke with Harris last night. Alabama product said he had never met Derrick Henry until after the Week 8 game. After the game, Henry went up to Harris and said, good luck this year. And Harris said, you know, when you get to Alabama, you hear about the legacy of Derrick Henry. And he was excited to try to slow him down today after Henry went for 219 back in Week 8. Final minute of the quarter on 3rd down and 6. Willis in trouble. And down he goes. Okoronkwo again. The Houston native with the sack, and it's 4th down.
When Derrick Henry is out of the game on 3rd down, you understand, if you're on that defensive line for the Texans, hey, the ball's going to the quarterback. We don't worry about the other backs on the Tennessee Titans. As long as Derrick Henry isn't in there, we get after the quarterback and you merge at him.
2nd 3 and out for Tennessee. Stonehouse punting to King. King from the 33, a running start. Desmond King hit hard by Byard at the 40. And that is the end of the first quarter. Houston 7, Tennessee 7. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
Come on. News later today on CBS and Fox, then tonight on NFL Network. Stream games live on your mobile phone with NFL Plus.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
Welcome back to Nissan Stadium, where the Texans and Titans are tied at 7 apiece. Guard Titus Howard, who went out a little bit ago, is questionable to return, Andrew. He is currently in concussion protocols in the locker room.
Amanda, thank you. Jimmy Morrissey remains the left guard. First down and 10 for the Texans to open up the second quarter. Mills throwing incomplete, and there is a flag down. Brandon Cooks was the intended target, and he was held up, and Mills is profusely arguing his case. Here's the call.
Defense number 28, 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
And it goes against Tennessee. Well, James, your old coach Marv Levy used to say when it's too cold for them, it's just right for us. Do you really believe that, though?
I do believe that. He conned me into believing it. He said, this is what you want. You played in Green Bay all these years. You love this cold weather.
First down and 5. And nothing doing there for Dare Ogunbowale. Rashad Weaver coming across.
You know, we talked about how good the Titans are against the run. You've got 2 of the day 1 starters on the offensive line for the Houston Texans. That's tough to be able to run against this unit right now.
You see the first quarter numbers highlighted by Derrick Henry running for 69 yards on 5 carries. Ogunbowale remains the running back. They hand it to him right up the middle. Ogunbowale, and he's got enough for a first down. Nice run by the 4th-year man out of Wisconsin. Rashad Weaver and Terrell Basham on the tackle.
You know, you had big penetration by Naquan Jones, and he almost, or Jeffrey Simmons rather, and he runs by the play. So you get those vertical holes where somebody is deep in the backfield, and then the next person you're double teaming, so you got a seam there.
You just saw right there, there's only one player allowed to wear the green dot and receive the call, and that's Davis Mills. So the times when Driscoll's on the field and Mills is going off, Mills has to tell Driscoll the play, and then Driscoll will give it in the huddle. Mills off right now on 1st and 10. Another run. Ogunbowale spins away from it and then hit at the 46-yard line.
Good spin move there. You keep those feet running, and you're getting the offensive line, who's maligned, only 2 starters from day 1. But everybody else, they're still working. They're still pushing. They're getting guys, and you don't let off your guy. You can't let them just have free licks on the quarterback and the running back.
Second down and 7, and a stoppage.
First charge timeout. Tennessee, 30 seconds.
Titans call timeout, their first of the half.
Yeah, 12 guys out there, so that 2-quarterback system, because you're subbing in guys that you want to go against Driscoll, you're subbing in guys that you want to have out there when you're going against Davis Mills, and you're getting that conflict, and that's creating confusion along for the Tennessee Titans.
Well, in 1995, Lovie Smith was the Ohio State defensive backs coach, and a player on that team, Mike Vrabel. And both remember that one year when Lovie was in Ohio State, because as Lovie told us, Vrabel was always hugging his kids. Vrabel remembered that Lovie always brought his kids to practice. Vrabel would always play with them, and one of those kids is now the linebackers coach of the Texans. It's Miles Smith. So a lot of good feelings and memories between these 2 head coaches today. Second down and 7, Driscoll throwing. He's got Chris Moore for a first down. On the slant, Kevin Byard makes the tackle. Moore goes for 14.
I'm not sure if the Houston Texans have a most improved player, but it would have to be Chris Moore, who had been a coverage guy on special teams units. But this year comes into this ball game with a career high, and I'd say a career expanding 41 receptions and 2 touchdowns. He has just done everything they've asked him to do in the passing game and made so many big plays for the Houston Texans this season.
Hey, get over here! Oh, no, easy, get on the ball. Get on the ball.
Mills directing traffic at the line. Play clock at 2. Play action. Mills looking deep. Flag is down. Cooks is down there. He makes the catch. It's a touchdown. Let's see what the penalty is.
We heard Davis Mills say, hey, get over there. Now get on the ball. I don't know if the tight end got on the ball enough to cover up the tackle. It looked awfully close.
There's 2 fouls on the play, both by the offense. Illegal formation. Tight end was uncovered. Holding. Offense number 88. That penalty will be enforced. 10 yards from the previous spot. Replay. First down.
So you wipe the touchdown off the board. You heard Mills with the great audio we have here with our CBS crew. You could tell something wasn't right, and then you throw in the hold, and we're still tied at 7.
And when you get that big shot, when you get everything lined up the way that you want it, and then you don't get that play, how do you respond now? How do you figure out, okay, we've got 1st and 20. Can we get a chunk play here? What do we do? Throwing Jeff Driscoll.
Driscoll rolling right. Throwing on the run, completes it to Moore, who's crunched at the 32. Kevin Byard the first to get there. A 12-yard pickup. So Chris Moore in his 2nd season with the Texans had a big game against Dallas a couple of weeks ago. 10 catches, 124 yards, both of those career highs.
You know, sometimes I look at the round the guy was drafted in. Being drafted in the 4th round by the Baltimore Ravens, you know that he has that height, weight, speed, that he can do all those things, but he just never got a chance to really blossom while he was in Baltimore. He did on special teams, did the same thing here, but this year he's getting a chance to blossom as a wide receiver.
Freeman goes in motion on 2nd and 8. Mills stands in there and locates his tight end Akins. And that'll make it 3rd down and about 3. Monty Rice on the tackle.
So you've taken that 1st and 20. Now you've got a manageable 3rd down situation. You still got Jeff Driscoll in. So that defense is now looking, okay, we've got to make sure that they don't have a quarterback run called. We see that he has all these wide receivers in. He's been throwing the ball effectively on us when we weren't sure he could really throw the ball that effectively.
And remember, normally this is field goal range, but with the cold temperature today, it's anyone's guess how far that ball will travel. Freeman trying to make the field goal a moot point and very close to a 1st down. Jack Gibbons makes the tackle. Let's see where they spot it. And it is a 1st down. Freeman picks it up. So the drive continues. This will be the 7th play coming up.
It's that good push in the middle. Everybody keep a body on a body. Pick up the 1st down. Now you've got a chance to put that ball up in the air and see if you can get some more chunk plays against the secondary.
Mills is throwing on 1st down. Comes back the other way. Wide open man is Freeman. And Freeman to the 18. Roger McCreary on the tackle. This is a Houston team that throws 53% of the time on 1st down, which is 5th highest in the NFL. Pep Hamilton, his 15th season in the league. And there's Shane Bowen, the defensive coordinator for the Titans. 2nd and 4. A pitch to Freeman, running right. Freeman right at Kevin Byard. With 9 minutes to go in the opening half. On the first game back in week 8, the Texans only ran for 43 yards against Tennessee. And already today, they have run for 43 yards against the Titans.
And when we met with Lovie Smith and Pep Hamilton, the offensive coordinator, what they tried to tell us is that we have improved. Look at what we did against Kansas City. Look at what we did against Dallas. And we're going, okay, yeah, those were good games. and now they're starting to show they have made some improvement. This team is moving a little bit forward.
Freeman did pick up the first down. They go right back to him here, and he forces his way inside the 10. Monty Rice makes another tackle. Mike Vrabel not happy on the Tennessee sideline. He's been arguing with the official that entire play. As you take a look at the quarterback comparison, Mills 4 out of 7, Driscoll 3 for 3. Vrabel's team trying to stop a 4-game losing streak.
And both quarterbacks have been outside the pocket enough. Davis Mills, 2 good runs with his legs. One that got him down close to the end zone, even though he did fumble the ball into the end zone.
2nd down and 7. Mills buying time, in trouble, and nearly intercepted. Trey Avery was over there as Mills was just trying to get rid of it after the pressure from Danico Autry.
Outside the pocket, really get rid of it. Don't leave the ball in play where it can possibly, the defense can possibly make a play on it.
Makes it 3rd down and 7 so far today. Houston is 3 out of 5 on 3rd down.
With Titus Howard out of the game, you don't have that guard who can block Jeffrey Simmons one-on-one inside. So wherever he is, you've got to assign 2 guys in that direction. You know that the next guy's going to get single covered.
Screen to Burkhead. Burkhead spun down at the 7-yard line. The former Texan Lonnie Johnson makes the tackle, and Lovie Smith will send out his field goal unit.
You gave yourself a chance. Burkhead does a nice job coming up like he's going to block. So he's a good actor. He's been in the league long enough. He figures that out. But you get a good tackle on the other end. Lonnie Johnson, former Texan. There are a lot of guys who are former one of these teams, one side or the other. Lonnie Johnson making a good tackle right there.
So here's Fairbairn for a 25-yard field goal attempt. Out of the hold of the punter, Cameron Johnston. And Fairbairn's kick is good. He has now made 16 consecutive field goals. Texans take a 10-7 lead.
At the Home Depot, we have the
Mobile. Coverage beyond the expected. And by Sonic. This is how we Sonic.
Back in Nashville, where the Texans have just taken a 10-7 lead. Houston has lost 9 in a row, which is tied for the 2nd longest in franchise history. Trying to end that here. Fairbairn boots it away to Chestnut out of his own end zone. Julius Chestnut, and tackled high at the 27-yard line. Tomorrow it's a special Christmas Day on the NFL on CBS when the Broncos meet the Rams. It begins at 4 Eastern with the NFL Today. Then next Sunday, NFL on CBS doubleheader, number of good matchups on the slate. It all begins with the NFL Today at noon Eastern. Happy holidays from the NFL on CBS. So Malik Willis goes back to work. He's 2 out of 2 for 3 yards passing so far in the first half. Henry with a flag down, and Henry tackled at the 30 by Jonathan Grenard.
Offside. Defense number 93. 5-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
The rookie Kurt Heinisch called for the penalty.
It's kind of lined up tight, then leaning in. He sees that motion guy coming. He tries to time it up so that he can beat the snap.
Tennessee has 1 play for 55 yards. The other 10 plays gain 10 yards. Here's Henry. And Henry picks up the first down. Desmond King makes the tackle. Let's check in with Amanda.
Andrew, linebacker Christian Kirksey was getting worked on before he came onto the field. He's been battling through an elbow injury this week. He did start the game with that brace you can see on his left arm, and they've been reworking it, retaping it. Just something to keep an eye on.
All right, thank you very much, Amanda. That time of the season, isn't it, James?
It is. Everybody has something that they're nicked up with.
Henry is stuffed by Grenard. What a play by Jonathan Grenard. A loss of 4.
You know, you look at some of these defensive ends who are playing for the Texans. Grenard, 6'3", 263 pounds. Not the biggest guy, but that quickness beats Nicholas Piet-Frater right across his face. Beats the rookie with an inside move. Gets Derrick Henry deep in the backfield.
That's what Lovie Smith told us. He said this is the healthiest we've been on defense all year. And that includes Grenard, who missed 9 games with a torn calf muscle. 2nd and 14. Henry at the bottom of your screen. Willis completes it to Woods, and Robert Woods races up ahead to the 45-yard line. First catch today for Woods. Kirksey on the tackle. There's Todd Downing, who told us that he's able to put more on Malik Willis's plate now than he did Week 8 in Houston. He feels like Willis has a better understanding of the why of each play, why they're doing each play, and that gives Downing confidence to call a variety of different things. Oh, right here, Willis is tackled up high, and there's the flag. Roy Lopez hit Willis in his helmet.
Holding, offense number 55. That penalty's declined.
Wow.
So play is 4th down.
I think the fans and us here in the booth thought that would have been a face mask.
You looked at the way he was spun around. Let's take a look at it, because he has a lane there. They had taken all the running backs out. He kind of swats them in the face. Because he didn't grab the face mask, and he's a runner at that point.
So that makes it 4th and 5. Stonehouse comes out to punt to King. High spiraling kick. King from the 8-yard line. Desmond King up to the 20 and keeps the feet going to the 22. A 48-yard punt and a 14-yard return. Coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report, the guys in the studio have all the latest NFL scores and highlights coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report. Week 16 in the NFL. After this weekend's games, only 2 games remain, and it's a short week coming up for Tennessee. They'll be back here on Thursday to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Two timeouts for each team. 3:53 to go first half. It's Freeman on first down. And Freeman tackled by Monty Rice and DeMarcus Walker.
You know, you always hear about teams built for a certain reason and built to be able to score, built to throw 50 times a game. The Houston Texans are not built to throw 50 times a game, so they're going to try and consistently run the ball on first down for positive yardage. You don't have to get 5 or 6 yards, but you don't want to be 2nd and 12, 2nd and 13, and they've done that so far this ballgame.
Driscoll, the quarterback, on 2nd and 8. Freeman can't get away. Walker with the tackle for Tennessee. He had 2 sacks last week in Los Angeles, and he makes a big play here on 2nd down.
Yeah, Danico Autry on the outside is the first guy to flash. He makes the running back stop his feet. Walker's there to clean it up. Now you had that first 3rd down situation that is tough for the Houston Texans with 3rd and 11.
A loss of 3. Mills taking a deep shot down the field, looking for Cooks, and it's incomplete. Good coverage by Greg Mabin. 2nd 3 and out by Houston. And the punter, Johnston, will come on the field.
Well, you had a chance there. Brandon Cooks, if he really puts the brakes on and let Maben run over him, I think you have a chance for a pass interference call. But he kind of slows down just a little bit, goes up. There's contact there. He does not get the call. But if Davis Mills had been able to really get that ball out there, he had talked to us about when he left Stanford, he had big guys. When he got to the pros, he had really fast guys. That time he underthrew a really fast guy.
Once again, 2 returners back deep on the punt for Tennessee, Woods and Burks. Woods doesn't field it. Did he touch it? Texans, Blake Cashman falls on it. Did Robert Woods touch it? The signal is no, and that it's Tennessee football.
Well, Lovie Smith is going to have a decision to make. He has 2 timeouts. You'd have to use one of those timeouts to kind of challenge this, and if he doesn't get it, I don't see the ball change its course as it goes over the helmet of Robert Woods.
Everyone on the Houston sideline was signaling it was their football, but if you just see that replay, I agree with you, James.
You know, it's a season where you're trying to believe, and that's why they're on that sideline. They're trying to believe that he touched it.
53-yard punt. It is Tennessee football. 2:20 to go and 2 timeouts for the Titans. Henry. And cut down low. Petrie and Collins were there for the Texans. And it looks like Mike Vrabel content taking the clock to the 2-minute warning. They do line up quickly. Do they get a playoff? They do not. 2-minute warning, first half. Texans on top by 3. Two minutes to go, first half. Mike Vrabel and the Titans trail by 3 on this Christmas Eve game against the Texans. Don't forget, coming up, Verizon Halftime. All the scores and highlights coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report. Titans break the huddle. It's 2nd down and 8. Sun covering one half of the field here at Nissan Stadium. Willis pulls it, throws it. He's got Okonkwo. Room to run. Okonkwo out of bounds, but he's got the first down. Let's check in with Amanda.
Texans tight end Tegan Quatoriano came out in the beginning of the second quarter, and he was limping, went to the bike, tried to work through something, but he is now questionable to return with a knee injury.
All right, he's put together a nice couple of weeks for the Texans, become a bigger part of their offense. Clock stopped when Okonkwo went out of bounds. 1:54 to go. Willis. Okonkwo dropped it.
That's a tough one. You knew what the coverage was if you're on Okonkwo. You knew you had a corner. You knew you had a deep safety. You want to catch this ball, turn and get up the field. He's turning to get up the field before he catches the ball.
Leads all rookie tight ends in receiving yards this year. They continue to put more and more on his plate. Obviously, the tight ends and running backs a big part of this Tennessee passing attack. Here's Henry on 2nd down, some room to run. Derrick Henry hit at the 45, and he picks up the first down. At the 47, first down and 10.
After that drop pass on first down, you went back to basics. Give Derrick Henry the football.
85 yards rushing for Henry. Willis. And a wild throw is incomplete in the direction of Treylon Burks. That stops the clock with 90 seconds to go.
You've got to give Malik Willis a chance to throw the ball 15, 20 yards down the field. Stretch this defense a little bit. They're crowding all the short throws, making it tough on him. Let him throw the ball down the field, see if he can pierce this Texas defense.
Well, the Titans have 99 yards of offense in the first half. 84 from Derrick Henry. Second down and 10. Willis completes it to Woods. Woods is tackled at the 45-yard line, couple of yards shy of a first down. Once again, Tennessee goes no huddle. They do have 2 timeouts to work with. Henry. And he's got the first down. Kirksey makes the tackle, and now a timeout is called. Well, on Christmas Eve, 1988, AFC wildcard game between the Houston Oilers and the Cleveland Browns. Houston winning the game 24-23. Warren Moon, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions, but Cleveland was stifled with Lorenzo White adding a touchdown for the Oilers. Christmas Eve, 1988, Jerry Glanville all fired up with an Oilers win. There's some old-time Oilers paraphernalia.
Where are those tickets that Jerry Glanville was supposed to leave for me?
Yeah, you didn't get those, huh?
Nope. I didn't have on my Elvis outfit either.
Some confusion as to who called that timeout. On the field, they pointed to Houston, but on the scoreboard, they have credited the timeout for Tennessee. Now we still don't know. Ball is at the 42-yard line. They've reset the game clock. 1:06 on the clock. The official stat crew says Tennessee called timeout. So 1 timeout left for the Titans. Henry is taken down for a loss. Kurt Hinish the first to get there. Loss of 3 on the play. Clock continues to tick.
Used one of your timeouts. Get a little less creative on that first down play. You've got to get a chunk play here from Willis.
Willis checks it down to Henry, hit immediately by Kirksey. A 5-yard pickup. Makes it 3rd down. 35 seconds to go in the first half.
To get into field goal range, you've got to throw the football here. Lovie Smith will use a timeout if you're short.
Wow, Willis wasn't ready for that snap, and a flag comes in. A false start coming against Tennessee. This game has slowed down to a crawl since the 2-minute warning.
For 15, convert.
Can't hear Sean Smith, but clearly a penalty against Tennessee with 25 seconds on the clock. Houston gets the football to start the second half. And now they'll start it. 27 seconds, 3rd down. And another stoppage as Lovie Smith calls timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this from State Farm.
Jake from State Farm. I really want that personal price plan, so I'll admit it. I'm a bath bomb guy.
Dude, you do not need to get that personal. The State Farm Personal Price Plan simply helps you create an affordable price just for you.
For real?
Who's ready for their jazz bath? No?
Who is that guy?
Jazz bath? Call or click to get a quote today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
.27 seconds to go in the first half. Each team has 1 timeout remaining. And it's 3rd down and 13 for Tennessee. Hassan Haskins is the running back on 3rd down. Willis On the move, running left, and taken down out of bounds by Blake Cashman with 20 seconds to go. And Mike Vrabel will send out his punter, Ryan Stonehouse. Now, Amanda is down on the field, and she heard the officials say the Titans are out of timeouts. So clearly there's still some confusion as to the timeout situation. But we're going to go with Houston has one and Tennessee has none. Stonehouse gets it away. End over end kick. It's short. King watches it go, and a good job by Tennessee to down it. And maybe this whole timeout situation will become moot, and Houston will just take a knee and get in the locker room. Well, it's a Tennessee Titans team that in the first half of games this year has the 5th best point differential in the NFL. It's the second halves that have been costly for Tennessee, where they have the worst point differential in the NFL. But not the case today, as the Texans are going to take a 3-point lead into the locker room. They will set up to take a knee. And this AFC South divisional battle goes to halftime. After a kickoff delayed by 1 hour, the Texans with 10, the Titans with 7. Halftime is next after these first half highlights from Verizon and a word from your local station.
'Tis the season to switch to Verizon. It's your last chance to get our best deal of the year.
Tis?
Tis. They'll give you the new iPhone 14 Pro.
Amazing phone.
This holiday season, Verizon gives you the new iPhone 14 Pro that's in stock now. Plus an Apple gift like Apple Watch SE, iPad, and Beats Fit Pro, all on us. That's a value of up to $1,900.
Wow.
Act now. It's our...
Want more stats? Just ask Siri, who leads the league in rushing touchdowns.
Halftime at Nissan Stadium, and the Texans have a 10-7 lead on the Titans. As we welcome you back to the broadcast booth with the Hall of Famer James Lofton, I'm Andrew Catalon. We'll hear from Amanda Renner coming up. Houston out to a 3-point lead. If Tennessee's going to come back and stop this 4-game losing streak, they have to continue to ride Derrick Henry in the second half.
They really do. Coming into this ball game, Derrick Henry had rushed for over 200 yards against the Houston Texans in 4 consecutive games. That's just mind-boggling when you think about it. They did a pretty good job, the Texans did. They gave him the long touchdown run, but they've really crowded the line of scrimmage and they've tempted Todd Downing, the offensive coordinator, to rely on Malik Willis to maybe throw some passes in the second half. He only had six completions on 8 attempts in the first half.
4 sacks by the Texans defense in the first half, 2 from Okoronkwo, who doubles his season total and now has a career high. Most Texans first half sacks since 2014. And Houston will get the football to begin the second half. Critical game for Mike Vrabel and the Titans as their division lead is down to a half game over Jacksonville. The Jaguars beating the Jets on Thursday night. Bullock will kick it away to Tremon Smith. And Smith from the 2-yard line. Smith slips at the 27 and down he goes. We go down to Amanda Renner.
Mike Vrabel not happy with what's happening on either side of the ball for the Titans. He said offensively, I'm just not happy with what's going on operationally. We have to be better. He said defensively, we have to get off of the field faster. We can't let the Texans string together 13 consecutive plays like we saw in the second quarter. As for Lovie Smith, he said offensively, we're moving the ball pretty well. We just have to start to cash in and get those touchdowns. He said in terms of taking down Derrick Henry, great players make great plays. We are doing all of the things that we should be doing. Just a couple of injury updates. Guard Titus Howard is out, as is tight end Tegan Quitoriano, guys.
Guard Amanda, it remains Jimmy Morrissey at left guard for Howard, who's now out for the rest of the game. Mills in the shotgun and looking to throw on first down. Low throw, incomplete.
I think they got tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and Brandon Cooks still without a catch in today's ball game.
But he has been targeted, and I think that's important to spread the ball around. He had the deep touchdown that got called back because of the miscommunication getting lined up. But going to him the first play of the second half really sends a message that you're listening to the guys when they come into the locker room and say, hey, coach, I can beat this guy on this, do this against him. But now 2nd and 10, tough situation for the Houston Texans, who like to run the ball and get that established.
We start the second half with a feels-like temperature of 14 degrees. Mills in trouble, spins out of it on the run, picks up a block and throws it away as Bud Dupree was crashing down on him, and Dupree is still down on the ground. Bud Dupree, who has battled a hip injury all season, now gets some help from Joshua Kalu and is up and will run off the field. He did fall right on his hip.
And you know what? That's trying to follow the rules to the letter. Bud Dupree, knowing that if he comes down on the quarterback, even though he's outside of the pocket, that's a no-no. So you're trying to avoid that. You try and play by the rules, and you're the one who gets stung when you hit the ground.
3rd down and 10. Here comes a blitz. Mills hit as he throws. It flutters, and Cooks catches it. That one hung up in the air, and Brandon Cooks made a great adjustment and picks up 16 yards.
When we met with Davis Mills yesterday, he talked about throwing the ball in close quarters. That means when guys are closing in on you, he's really good against pressure. One of the best in the league. That time, pressure right in his face, right in his lap. Gets that ball out with just enough on it to get it to Brandon Cooks.
First catch today for Cooks, who missed the last 3 games with a calf injury. Driscoll is in at quarterback on 1st down and 10. Driscoll to throw, chased by Dupree, and Driscoll throws it away. NFL Today update. Here's JP and Boomer Esiason.
One of the few bright spots for the Patriots.
That's right. Mac Jones is going to find Kendrick Bourne in the back of the end zone. Bengals got out to a 22-0 lead. Joe Burrow threw a pick 6 to Marcus Jones, and that Mac Jones touchdown, 2-point attempt, failed. It is now 22-12. Back to you guys in Houston, Andrew and James.
All right, Boomer, thank you very much. You see the AFC East standings. Jets with another loss on Thursday night. Patriots in trouble against Cincinnati. 2nd down and 10. Mills throws left, completes it again to Cooks, who shoved out of bounds by Trey Avery. Makes it 3rd down.
Mills talked to us yesterday about the coverages that the Tennessee Titans like. They like 4 deep. They like cover 2. That time kind of 4 deep. Each quarter of the field is manned by a Titan defensive back. And that time he just took the short pass right out in the flat, making a positive gain so that you do get those 3rd down in very manageable situations.
5 plays on this drive, and all 5 have been passes for Houston. See what they do here on 3rd and 2. They run it. Freeman. And he's spun down. Tier Tart makes the tackle, and that looks to be just short of a 1st down. And now a decision coming for Lovie Smith.
And Lovie Smith, the offensive player in him, is coming out a little bit here because he could punt it deep and say, let my defense take over, or go to the line of scrimmage. Maybe you just bark out the signals, trying to get the Titans to jump off sides and take the 5 yards and then punt it deep.
Tennessee has the best 3rd down defense in the NFL, but the worst 4th down defense. Opponents have converted 76% of the time. 4th and 1, play clock at 2. Driscoll keeps it himself, nowhere to go, and a big stop by the Tennessee D. Autry and Kalu combine on the tackle.
Driscoll is more speed than power when you think about a quarterback who's in that run option area. This time, the Tennessee Titans outrun him to where he's trying to get to.
You ready for an adventure?
Big call to protect your home and car. And by Disney Plus. Stream all your favorites and more only on Disney Plus.
After the 4th down stop, Tennessee takes over at its own 48-yard line. They run it with Henry on 1st down, and he is pushed back. Malik Collins the first to get there. And some boos from the fans here in Tennessee. First 5 possessions, the 1 touchdown, but 4 punts by Tennessee. That was the 7th play to lose yardage today by Todd Downing's offense. Second down and 11. Willis slips. Gets back on his feet, has some room to run. Here's the speed. Willis knocked out of bounds, but he picks up a first. Knocked out by Christian Harris, a gain of 12 for Malik Willis.
That should do a lot for Malik Willis's confidence. They had 5-man pass pressure, trying to get after the quarterback. He slips a little bit when he plants his foot, but once he just made that decisive decision, he really took off and gained some good yardage for the Tennessee Titans.
In his first start in his career in Houston, he rushed for a total of 12 yards. That play covered 12. It's 1st down and 10. Here's Henry. And Kirksey gets some help from Rasheem Green to make the tackle, but not before Derrick Henry goes for 6 yards. We mentioned this at the end of the first half, but Tennessee a minus 80 point differential in the second half. That's the worst in the NFL. And we'll see if they can get Derrick Henry going in the 4th quarter today. That's also been an issue for the Titans this year. Second and 4. They flip it to Burks. He's got some space. Burks has a 1st down and carries Petrie with him. Treylon Burks is fired up. Mike Vrabel dapping him up as well. Big play by Burks for 15.
I love it when I see 11 on 11, and by that I mean the wide receivers blocking on the outside. Robert Woods doing a fantastic job against Desmond King to hold that block that long, to move your feet, not get a holding call. That really keyed the run after he got around the corner.
3rd run this season by Burks. 1st down and 10 from the 20. Henry. Can he get to the outside? Shakes a tackle, shakes another, shakes a 3rd. Derrick Henry to the 14. He broke 3 tackles along the way. Christian Harris missed one of the tackles.
You try and develop these run plays that bounce outside where there's one-on-one against a defensive back, and you think your defensive back can make the tackle. Derrick Henry says, not so fast. I'm gaining some yardage on this play. Comes to a complete stop and then redirects his speed going up the field.
11 yards after contact on that run by Henry. 2nd down and 4. Willis keeps it himself. Breaks a tackle. Willis spinning his way. Still going. Touchdown! Malik Willis. His 1st NFL touchdown.
I believe his first scramble resulted in that play being so successful. Because the first time he ran the ball, we saw the speed, we saw him turn it on. That time, he gets contacted. He doesn't go down. He spins, he doesn't go down. He fights until he gets to the goal line.
In his last 2 years at Liberty, he had 27 rushing touchdowns. And pending review, he's got his first in the NFL. They are still looking at this in replay, but now it's been confirmed. 6 plays on that drive, all runs by Tennessee, including 2 from Willis for 26 yards and the touchdown. Now the extra point from Randy Bullock. And the kick is good. So a 4th down stop by Tennessee's defense, and Malik Willis finds the end zone at the other end. Tennessee takes a 14-10 lead. Tennessee takes the lead thanks to Malik Willis's first NFL touchdown, a 14-yard run on a 6-play drive following a Tennessee stop on 4th down defensively. Bullock kicking away to Smith, very short kick, and it's fielded by Ogunbowale at the 15. Ogunbowale had a steam and is able to get it out to the 37-yard line. Football fans, join Nickelodeon in the NFL for the most wonderful slime of the year. The Broncos take on the Rams in the Nickelodeon NFL Nickmas game. Christmas Day, 4:30 Eastern, only on Nickelodeon. 8:45 to go, 3rd quarter. 14-10, Tennessee in front. Mills under center and hands it off to Ogunbowale. And he gets a yard on the play. Jeffrey Simmons makes the tackle. Pep Hamilton told us that Jeffrey Simmons is the best defensive player the Texans have seen this year. They saw him back in Week 8. Simmons had a sack in that game. And earlier this week, Simmons was named to his 2nd consecutive Pro Bowl. Second and 9. Back to Ogunbowale. And Simmons is there for the big hit. On cue, Jeffrey Simmons makes a play, and it's 3rd down.
And it's that movement down the line of scrimmage that makes Jeffrey Simmons special. In Week 10, he sprained his ankle. And that had been bothering him and nagging him. He's finally healthier again. And you could see with that explosiveness at the tail end of that play. And now, Andrew, he's going to be fired up to rush the passing. You have a big play on 2nd down, you're coming after him on 3rd down.
3 tackles today for Simmons. It's 3rd down and 9. And Laramie Tunsil left early.
Offense number 78, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
7th time this year, Tunsil has committed a false start.
So if I'm Pep Hamilton, I'm thinking 3rd and 13. That's a lot of yardage to pick up. If I can't get the ball out of Davis Mills' hands early, I'm telling them that I'm going to punt it on 4th down and just minimize the damage.
Third and 13. Good protection. Mills has time. Throws. Deflected up in the air. Intercepted. Jack Gibbons. His first NFL interception. What a story this young man is. Undrafted out of Minnesota. Began his career at Abilene Christian. Spent the entire season on the practice squad. But because of all the Titans injuries, they promote him to the roster, and he comes up with an INT.
We're not going to let Brandon Cooks beat us on this particular play. You make sure that you have guys underneath him, another guy inside of him, and 3 guys are boxing him out so that you cannot get him the ball. Once he makes that stop, look at the guys converging in that area, and it's actually the 4th guy who comes in to pick it off. So Brandon Cooks just could not win on that last play.
13th interception for Mills. That's tied for the most in the league with Matt Ryan. Henry. And a hard-earned 2-yard pickup for Derrick Henry. Malik Collins, very active defensively for Houston. He's in on the tackle.
Todd Downing, the offensive coordinator for the Tennessee Titans, told him, if we can get Derrick Henry to that 5th step before he has to make a cut or before he's contacted. We know we can have a big run. We saw it earlier on the 48-yard touchdown run, but we haven't seen it often enough. Seen him bounce to the outside. But if he can get to that 5th step in between the tackles, you know he's met a good crease.
Play action. Willis. Pressure's coming. Willis trying to escape. And now throws it down the field. Good job by Malik Willis to escape a sack. Roy Lopez among those applying pressure for the Texans defensively.
You know, when you think about Malik Willis and you mentioned his rushing ability coming out of Liberty, the thing that I think that he has to focus in on is when he scrambles, he's still looking to throw the ball down the field. We all think, hey, maybe you should just try and run, pick up 4 or 5 yards. He's looking for that big play down the field. And he'll learn through experience when to take off, when to throw it down the field.
Petit Frere questionable with an ankle injury, so LaRaven Clark is at right tackle for Tennessee. It's 3rd down and 8. Willis over the middle, incomplete. Christian Harris got a hand on that one. Intended for Austin Hooper. It is 4th down and 8. And the offense is not moving. Little bit of no man's land here for Mike Vrabel and the Titans. A 56-yard field goal, which on a day like this doesn't seem to be in range for Randy Bullock. But instead of punting it and trying to pin the Texans deep, Mike Vrabel's going to line up to go for it on 4th and 8. Willis, 3-step drop, throws, and it's deflected, incomplete. Javier Thomas got a hand on that one. And the Texans get the football back. So Mike Vrabel rolls the dice, but the football's going back to Houston with 6:06 to go in the 3rd quarter. Javier Thomas, they are happy to have him back in Houston.
CBS is sponsored by Domino's. Get great deals on pizza, bread, twist, chicken, desserts, and more. Verizon, the network you deserve, the savings you want. And by Bud Light, who reminds you to drink responsibly.
Merry Christmas Eve from all of us here at CBS Sports. Our producer, Steve McKee, director, Andy Goldberg, our spotter, John Lou McCarthy, statistician, Mike Notaro. We thank all of the hardworking men and women on our crew for working on Christmas Eve. On 1st and 10, here's Freeman to the 41-yard line. NFL Today update. Let's go back to New York.
New England scores, but
you guys are not going to believe this. You would think that this looks like a Hail Mary. It's a 3rd and 29. It's not really a Hail Mary, but let's take a shot down the field. Mac Jones is going to try to throw it to Scotty Washington. He knocks it back to Jacoby Myers. This is kind of like a lateral that kind of works. Bengals lead 22-18. New England missed the extra point. Back to you guys in Tennessee.
Yeah, better than the laterals last week, Boomer. Thank you very much. Good one there in Foxborough. 2nd down and 7. Run it with Freeman again, and he stood up. That is Jack Gibbons again. Mike Vrabel, one of his personal favorites on this team is Gibbons, who made the interception earlier in this quarter. He calls him Dr. Gibby because in college he was a double major in accounting and finance, a 4.0 GPA. Hardworking guy, elevated off the practice squad, signed to the roster, and he's made a big impact here today with 3 tackles and an interception. 3rd and 10.
That middle pressure is affecting Davis Mills right in his face.
Mills completes it to Akins, and he is thrown down by Gibbons again. Dr. Gibby is everywhere for Tennessee, and it's 4th down.
Just enough push up front, man-to-man coverage on the other end, and Dr. Gibby is just waiting there in the waiting room for a patient to come by so he can check up on him.
Gibbons had to tell Vrabel, Coach, I don't have a doctorate. You don't have to call me doctor. He goes, I'm going to call you Dr. Gibby anyway. 4th and 6. And the Texans will punt away with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Robert Woods, the deep man, he calls for a fair catch at the 10-yard line. A 48-yard punt. Inside the NFL, the show the pros watch. Tuesdays, streaming exclusively on Paramount+. So Malik Willis comes back out. He's 6 of 11 for 38 yards passing, but he does have the touchdown run that has put the Titans ahead here late in the third.
There has been a huge commitment since Derrick Henry broke off that big run in the first quarter to really crowd the line of scrimmage, to get 8 guys in that box area to kind of defeat Derrick Henry before he can get started.
Woods goes in motion. They run it with Henry. And Henry is hit. Jake Hansen, the first to get there. Back to New York again. NFL Today update.
Giants want the postseason.
Man, how about this 4th and 2, guys? 27-yard run right up the gut of that Minnesota defense. That's Saquon Barkley. He takes it in. They go for 2. And there is a reception by Daniel Bellinger. Score is now tied between the Giants and Vikings, 24-24. Back to you guys in Tennessee.
Wow, and a scenario today where the Giants can clinch a playoff spot. Henry. And not much doing there. Christian Harris with another tackle for the Houston defense. Still a couple of peaks of sunshine on the field, but for the most part, it is all shade on the field here at Nissan Stadium, which was covered up by a tarp until a few hours before kickoff. Coldest game in Nissan Stadium history. Temperature at kickoff was 20 degrees. 3rd down and 6. Willis in trouble, and dangerous throw is complete to Robert Woods, but he's short of a first down. Wow, James, he was lucky to get away with that one.
Sidearm, running to your left, back across your body, but you trust Robert Woods. You see him, he's kind of open. And Robert Woods makes a great catch with his hands. The ball's going away from the direction he's trying to drift into.
That's the 3rd 3-and-out today for Tennessee. They lead the league in that department. Stonehouse punting for the 5th time. The former Titan, Desmond King, is back deep. Good punt by Stonehouse. King backtracking to his own 21. And King across the 30 and down there. 1:41 to go after a 60-yard punt. So today's the coldest game at Nissan Stadium history. The previous record was New Year's Eve 2017. Titans and Jaguars. Derrick Henry had a 66-yard score. Jaguars kept it close. Yannick Ngakoue returning that one for a touchdown, but Kevin Byard with a late interception of Blake Bortles. And the Titans beat the Jaguars. Here's a look at the coldest games around the NFL today at kickoff, with the Cleveland game winning the honors, 6 degrees at kickoff. Texans offense goes back to work. Play action. Mills, he's got Chris Moore wide open. He floats one there, incomplete. Danico Autry got a hand on that one. And if he didn't, Chris Moore was left alone.
It is hard to beat experienced players because they stay where they're supposed to stay. Danico Autry, he could have closed down, tried to chase that play from behind, but he knows if it's a cutback, if it's a bootleg, I have the outside, I've got to set the edge. Nice job by Danico Autry.
He means so much to this Tennessee defense, and they really missed him the last 4 games, sidelined by a knee injury. Second and 10. Mills off his back foot, throwing sideline incomplete. Trey Avery had tight coverage on Brandon Cooks. And now it's 3rd and 10. look at the standings in the AFC South. Tennessee's lead down to a half game over Jacksonville. And those two teams will meet in Florida week 18 to close out the year. A game that very well could decide the division. This half, Davis Mills is 3 out of 8. Let's see what he does here on 3rd and 10. Mills fires too high, incomplete. Pass was intended for Amari Rodgers. And once again, the Texans will punt it away.
Just enough pressure in the pocket to force David Mills off his spot. He wants to throw it from right there. Now he has to move a little bit. And when he does that movement, the receiver has already come out of his break, so he's not throwing it before he makes the break, and he has to throw it a little bit high.
Davis Mills now 8 of 19 for 75 yards. Johnston punting, 2 return men deep. This one to Robert Woods. He will return it. Woods at the 30 and tackled at the 31. Well, tomorrow the NFL on CBS celebrates Christmas in California, which sounds nice right about now. A special late afternoon game featuring the Broncos and Rams. We'll get you set for kickoff beginning at 4 Eastern with the NFL Today. Happy holidays from the NFL on CBS. Tennessee takes over at the 31. Willis, quick pass. Westbrook-Akine has the first down. Jalen Petrie on the tackle. Second catch today for the third-year wide receiver out of Indiana.
All those defenders up trying to stop Derrick Henry makes it an easy throwing angle for Malik Willis to get the ball to Westbrook-Akine.
Petit Frere is still not out there. It's LaRaven Clark at right tackle with 40 seconds to go in quarter number 3. Henry. Ooh, hit hard by Jalen Petrie. And that could be the final play of the quarter. Jalen Petrie, such an impressive rookie. Out of Baylor, he leads all rookies in the NFL this season in tackles.
And he steps on the gas as soon as he sees the ball handed to Derrick Henry.
I can't even do it. It's great. It's great. It's great.
I think Willis was going to try to get them to jump, but he said, I can't even do it with a straight face. Well, his teammates say that he likes to joke around, keep everybody loose. He didn't have it in him to try to draw him off sides. 14-10 through 3. It's a blue Christmas here in Nashville. Titans lead at 14-10 at the start of the fourth quarter. On 2nd and 5, Willis completes it to Hooper, who's tackled by Petrie again. Going to be very close to a first down. Might be a hair short.
Moving the sticks just enough. You get to a third down, and you look behind you, and there's number 22. You hope that's who that ball is going to if you're Malik Willis.
Derrick Henry is over 100 yards rushing for the 3rd consecutive game, an 8th time this year. And he's trying to add to his total here, falling forward, and he's got the first down. Rasheem Green on the tackle. But Derrick Henry now with 8 100-yard games this season, which is the most in the NFL.
You are gambling when you crowd the line of scrimmage. They're doing a great job. You think about the 48-yarder, now over 100 yards. It's been a lot of work. But if you continue to crowd that line of scrimmage and you don't have that tackler at the second level, Derrick Henry can take it to the house.
First down and 10. Here's Henry. Henry still going. Ball comes out. Ball is free. The Texans sideline say they have it, and they do. Jake Hansen forces the fumble. And Houston recovers.
We talked to Lovie Smith, and he talked about the fact that we are punching the ball out every play. I said, are you going to do it more tomorrow because it's cold? He said, every play we're punching the ball out, trying to get it done. You can see that rip coming from Jake Hansen, number 49, the rookie, getting that ball out.
That's the third straight game that Derrick Henry has fumbled, and he's now lost 3 fumbles on the year. What a play by Hansen. And then Grenard with the recovery.
Sudden change. Where do you go for the big play with that sudden change if you're the Houston Texans?
Mills lost the snap, but he's able to fall on it. Not exactly what you had in mind with the sudden change play, but there is a flag down.
Offside, defense number 98, 5-yard penalty, first down.
That's on Jeffrey Simmons. NFL Today update, JB and Boomer.
Another close one for Minnesota.
Man, it's the Cardiac Vikings. Here comes Greg Joseph. He's going to attempt a 61-yard field goal. It is going to be good. That's his 5th game winner of the year. Minnesota has won 11 one-score games this season. That's an NFL record. They go on to beat the Giants 27-24. Back to you guys.
Been a wild ride for the Vikings this year, and another thriller for Minnesota. 1st and 5 after the penalty. Mills with Autry coming is able to complete it to the fullback Troy Hairston. Joe Jones on the tackle, and it's 2nd down. Just so shocking to see Derrick Henry fumble, let alone 4 times in the last 3 games.
Well, it's that second tackler in. You had him stood up. Derrick Henry's fighting for yardage. He even has the ball high and tight, but you rip that ball away from his body, you're going to be able to get it out time.
Mills steps up, eludes the rush, throws on the run, completes it to Philip Dorsett. That is his first catch today, and it's good for a Houston first down.
Boy, you get a great pass rush, good coverage by Roger McCreary, but a better throw on the run puts it right in the chest of Philip Dorsett. He could have handed him the ball. Couldn't have been much better than that.
Houston had 31 yards of offense this half. That play just went for 18 yards. It moves them to the Tennessee 36. Mills right back to the air, and Cooks is wrapped up by McCreary. Well, this is what we talked about in the first half, James. You know, the Tennessee defense very stingy against the run. Houston, even though it's cold and even though they've built this offense to run with the 2 quarterbacks, they might have some better success throwing down the stretch of this game.
And getting the ball out of Davis Mills' hands quickly. But even on the previous play, when he had to scramble to get out of the pocket, we've seen him use his legs pretty well in the last couple 3-game stretch.
Ogunbowale picks up the first down right up the middle inside the 25. And there's an injured Texan slow to get up. That's Jimmy Morrissey, who's already in for the injured Titus Howard. And now Morrissey is going to be taken out of the game. So Houston is down to its 3rd left guard. It's Justin McCray, who was listed as questionable today with a hamstring injury. He's into the game. 1st and 10.
And you line up Jeffrey Simmons right over the top of him.
Mills for Dorsett along the sideline. Did he get the feet down? Yes. Good catch by Philip Dorsett, his 2nd on this drive.
That was about a 45-yard throw for a 7-yard gain. You didn't have a lot of field left to work with. So spreading the field, using the whole field, making the Tennessee Titans defend each and every area, that gives you a chance to go for shots in the end zone once you stretch them out vertically.
All the way, all the way, all the way, all the way.
2nd and 3. Ogunbowale reverses course, and he picks up the first down. Kevin Byard on the tackle after a gain of 7. And it's 1st and goal for Houston.
Ogunbowale is very patient to the line of scrimmage. You can see the feet chattering, and then the burst, the jump cut to the left. So making sure that he can read the hole with his eyes, not just go up there and just run into darkness, which is what he was called for in that last play. Because that play was supposed to go between the right guard and right tackle. He cut it all the way back across the side to the center.
Looking to punch it in after the Derrick Henry fumble. It's 1st and goal. Ogunbowale again to the 6. Rashad Weaver on the tackle. Haven't seen much of Driscoll lately, James. It's been pretty much exclusively Davis Mills.
I think it's a little bit of the old hot hand. When you get that hot hand, you go with it. And you think of Driscoll, how you ended the second quarter where he didn't pick up first down on 4th down.
2nd and goal. Mills comes back to his left. Nobody there. Autry with the sack. 8th sack of the year for Danico Autry.
So you can have a good sack and you can have a bad sack. This is not so bad of a sack for the Houston Texans. They still have possession of the ball inside the 10-yard line. And so the game plan and the play is about the same as if Davis Mills had thrown the ball away and avoided the sack, but he didn't want to throw it with that guy bearing down on him, because that would have been a disaster if that ball hadn't come out of his hands cleanly.
3rd and goal. Mills to Burkhead at the 5. Gibbons wraps him up. Big tackle by Jack Gibbons, the undrafted rookie, and now it's 4th and goal. And Lovie Smith will send out his kicker.
Davis Mills, eyes down the field, but really in his mind, he knew that with that zone coverage, the only place he could go was to the flat. Gibbons also knowing that, because he's a doctor. He knows about what people are thinking.
6 tackles for Dr. Gibby. And now here's Fairbairn looking for his 2nd field goal of the day. It's a 22-yard attempt. So the Derrick Henry lost fumble leads to 3 points. And now with 7:25 to go, we've got a 1-point game on Christmas Eve. (14-13). Tennessee in front of Houston as the Titans try to stop a 4-game losing streak. It'll be Fairbairn kicking away to Julius Chestnut. Chestnut from the 3-yard line. Now hit hard. That's Graylin Arnold off the IR, making the special teams tackle. The last 2 games very tight for the Texans against 2 playoff teams. In Dallas, nearly got it done, but Dak Prescott and the Cowboys figure out a way. And then last week in overtime, Davis Mills fumbles. Next play, Chiefs take it in for the score.
I thought it was really interesting that Lovie Smith told us that if we can win the last 3 games against the Tennessee Titans, of course, Jacksonville, Indianapolis, we can have a winning record within our division. So he's kind of made this a small picture for his team to try and pull off wins in these last 3 ball games.
Here's Derrick Henry. And Okoronkwo with a nice tackle as we check in with Amanda.
Andrew, well, in terms of weather down here, I don't know what the official wind chill is, but this is the coldest it has felt, and especially on the Texans sideline, the winds are starting to pick up considerably. Now, for injuries, Jimmy Morrissey, he has headed to the locker room. He was with the Red Hat, so he is in concussion protocol. We'll keep you updated on that, and Bud Dupree is also questionable to return with a chest injury.
All right, thank you, Amanda. And you see LaRaven Clark right in your picture. He remains the right tackle for Nicholas Petit-Frere, who was questionable to play today with an ankle injury, and the ankle is sidelining him right now. 2nd down and 9. Willis with pressure coming, locates Jeff Swaim, nowhere to run. Steven Nelson the first to hit him. 6.5 to go.
Well, a little frustration we can hear from the fans in the stands. They want either the ball aired out or just plain turn around and give it to Derrick Henry.
Third down and 10 with 6 minutes to go. Willis keeps it, slips, and down he goes. And a good job by this Houston defense. Big boos from the fans here at Nissan Stadium. 4th 3 and out today by the Tennessee offense. So Stonehouse punting away for the 6th time today. Desmond King back deep, awaiting the punt at his own 25. Good punt by Stonehouse. Not a lot of hang time, though. Returnable for King from the 21. Shakes a tackle. Not a lot of room to run, but he gets to the 27-yard line. 56-yard punt and a return of 6 for Desmond King. 5:07 to go. Davis Mills has predominantly been the quarterback for most of this second half. On the day, he's 13 of 24 for 109 yards and an interception. James, if you were in Pep Hamilton's shoes, what do? You had some success throwing the ball on that last drive.
And you can play this as loose as you can because, like we told you, Lumpy Smith said, we're not going to the playoffs. We understand that. We're out here trying to win these ball games. So protect Davis Mills, give him some short passes to throw in the early down situations.
Mills completes it. Brevin Jordan with his 2nd reception today. Monty Rice on the tackle. Davis Mills said that in the first game against Tennessee, when he watched the film this week, he noticed he had happy feet. He was sacked 3 times in that game, only 17 to 29. Felt a lot more confident going into this one today when we met with him last night. Mills looking for Dorsett. He's got him. Great adjustment by Philip Dorsett. Roger McCreary had the coverage and the tackle, but a 20-yard pickup for Houston.
And it is those chunk plays that have been the bugaboo for the Tennessee Titans all year long. Their secondary has given up more passing yards than any team around the league, and it's been at critical situations. You had a situation there where you're forcing the Houston Texans to throw the ball. You don't get to the quarterback, but you can't win in the one-on-one situations defensively.
At the Tennessee 47. Mills back to the air, looking sideline, and he's got Rodgers! Knocked out of bounds, but Amari Rodgers with a big catch. A 37-yard pickup.
That is huge because you watch all the receivers on film and you go, okay, Amari Rodgers, he's the guy that Green Bay let go. But Pep Hamilton told us, he said, yes, he looks like he could be a running back, but he's got those wide receiver skills and that strength to battle that hand fighting one-on-one down the sideline for a deep reception.
A career-long reception for Rodgers in his 4th game with the Texans. 1st and goal. They pitch it to Freeman. Trying the right side and dragged down at the 6. Jack Gibbons on the tackle. 3.5 minutes to go.
Let's see how Mike Vrabel plays the clock. He has 3 timeouts here. Sure, the 2-minute warning is coming, but he has to be very cognizant that he has a rookie quarterback. If you can get a score for the Houston Texans here, yes, you're going to be down, but are you going to need a touchdown or a field goal to go ahead?
Approaching 3 minutes to play. 2nd and goal from the 6. Mills looking left. Fires end zone for Cooks. He's got it! Touchdown! There is a flag down. But For now, it's good for a touchdown. Davis Mills to Brandon Cooks.
Right in the middle of the end zone, about 5 yards deep on the eye and
Illegal use of hands to the face defense, number 20. That penalty's declined. Result of the play is a touchdown.
What a throw, what a catch. And on that drive, Davis Mills, 4 out of 4 for 69 yards and the touchdown. And Houston will go for 2.
I would love to see the heart rate monitor on Davis Mills because he doesn't show any emotion. He completes the pass. He understands this is a situation where he may end up going for 2, so he stays out on the field just watching the receivers celebrate after the touchdown reception. But he understands, hey, we need 2 points after this.
The 50th career touchdown for Brandon Cooks in his 9th season out of Oregon State. Little shaken up after the catch. He's on the sideline for the 2-point play. This season, Houston is 0 for 3 on 2-point attempts.
Got a wide bunch with 3 receivers right there.
To make it a 7-point game, Mills end zone incomplete. So it
Cooper
remains
stopped on the route. Wow, miscommunication there with the
5-point game with 2:52 to go. Take another look at the 2-point play.
Yeah, you think Cooper would continue out onto the flat. Rodgers, rather. You know, his own coach did that to him. He said, Amari Cooper, in our meeting. And we're going, Rodgers. He's, yeah, that's what I meant. Amari Rodgers. Same thing I meant.
So Houston now 0 for 4 on 2-point attempts this year. And now a big spot coming for rookie quarterback Malik Willis. Coming up, State Farm postgame, time permitting. The guys in New York have all the latest scores and highlights. That's time permitting on the State Farm postgame show. Brandon Cooks still getting looked at on the Houston sideline. Fairbairn to kick it away to Julius Chestnut. And Chestnut will let it go. Another game in the NFL coming right down to the wire. 56 games this year have been decided in the final 2 minutes, and 133 games decided by 8 points or fewer, the most through week 15 in NFL history. But here's where Malik Willis has to step up for Tennessee. Ryan Tannehill out with an ankle injury, and it's time for Willis, the 3rd-round pick, to try to stop this 4-game losing streak. With all 3 timeouts, they run it on 1st down. Henry spinning his way up to the 31. 2:40 to go. Tennessee, all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. They need a touchdown.
And you could squeeze in 2 runs before the 2-minute warning.
Run it again with Henry. Henry with a nasty stiff arm and a second. Derrick Henry energizing this crowd. Picks up the 1st down, an 11-yard run.
And great ball security by Derrick Henry. Jalen Petrie, number 5, really ripping at that ball at the tail end of this tackle. Watch him try and rip it out. He gets run over the first time.
From the 42, Willis chased by Grenard and just throws it to the turf. Jonathan Grenard applying the pressure with 2:02 to go. Officials are discussing whether this could have been intentional grounding. Willis and Vrabel saying there was a man right there.
Derrick Henry was in the area, and the new terminology that I love.
Set the game clock to 2 minutes and 6 seconds. The rule on the field is an incomplete pass. There was a receiver in the vicinity.
The terminology that I love is they tell the quarterback, just dirt it. Get that ball in the dirt near your offensive player who is an eligible receiver.
.206 to go, 2nd down and 10. Willis keeps it himself. Cuts it up at the 45 and gets to the 49-yard line. 7-yard run for number 7. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Tennessee with the ball, down by 5.
Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges
And by DirecTV. Get your TV together.
A lot on the line in the AFC South in this one. 2 minutes to go, and the Texans lead by 5. On 3rd down and 3, Willis keeps it. Got the first down. Crunch down at the 45-yard line. They go no huddle, saving their timeouts as we approach 1:45 to play. Out of the shotgun, Willis looking left, throws, and it's intercepted! Picked off by Christian Harris! His first NFL interception! The rookie Harris picks off the rookie Willis, and it's Houston football with 1:33 to go.
Trying to keep it simple with double slants coming in. Harris reading the eyes of the quarterback, slides under that second slant coming out, and then he's off to the races. Surprised he didn't slide down. Those are little things that you learn. Keep staying bound, slide down. Be careful with the football.
We met with Christian Harris last night, and you could tell he had a lot of enthusiasm to play this game. 3rd-round pick out of Alabama, missed the first 5 games of the year with a hamstring injury. He was excited to get out there today and play, and he makes a huge play with 1:33 to go. Tennessee has Mills dropped the football and recovers it, and a flag is down. Tennessee has all 3 timeouts remaining. Let's see what the penalty is.
Legal formation, offense, the tackle was not covered. That penalty is declined. 2nd down.
So 2nd down, and Mike Vrabel doesn't have to call a timeout.
And remember, you get a snap that's a little bit off. You line up somebody right over the center's head. But remember, the Tennessee Titans still have all 3 of their timeouts, so there's a chance that they could get the ball back.
Harris is still holding on to the football he picked off. Here's Freeman, runs into the line and doesn't get any further. Jeffrey Simmons and Tier Tart combine on the tackle, and Mike Vrabel will call timeout. 1:23 to go. Don't forget, State Farm post-game show, time permitting. The guys will have all the scores and highlights coming up on the State Farm post-game show. A Houston football team that has won 1 game all year. That was back on October 9th in Jacksonville. If they're able to prevail today, they would stop a 9-game losing streak. Meanwhile, Tennessee is trying to avoid a 5th consecutive defeat, which would be their longest going back to 2015 when they lost 6 in a row.
Driscoll's in now. I'm concerned he might be a little cold from not having handled the football.
3rd and 12. Driscoll keeps it, running left, and slips a little bit. Down at the 38-yard line, Mike Vrabel calls timeout. It would be a 55-yard field goal from here, which normally is in range for Ka'imi Fairbairn. But with this cold weather, you wonder how much he can give them today.
And just the hint of wind going in the direction that Fairbairn would have to kick this ball in.
Fairbairn has made 8 consecutive field goals from 50 yards or longer.
If you were to try a field goal attempt here, you would be giving up the ball at about the 47-yard line if you missed the field goal attempt. If I'm Lovie Smith, I'm going to punt the ball away because I've seen Malik Willis struggle to move his team in big chunks on offense.
And here is Cameron Johnston, the punter. On 4th down and 10. Tennessee with 1 timeout remaining.
And you want Robert Woods to be able to fair catch this ball, not let it hit the ground and bounce around for 5 or 6 extra seconds.
Johnston trying to put some finesse on this one. It bounces at the 4 and down by Tremont Smith. What a job by Cameron Johnston and the Texans special teams unit. Johnston is third in the NFL in most punts inside the 20, and he adds one to his total here. You said it, James. Robert Woods trying to make that catch to not let it go behind him. Instead, they'll start this drive at the 4-yard line. They have to go 96 yards with just one timeout. Since the Willis touchdown run, Tennessee's last 5 possessions, turnover on downs, punt, fumble, punt, interception. Willis in his own end zone. Ball is deflected and incomplete. And it's ruled incomplete, even though the Texans ran after it. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Malik Collins has been a monster inside for the Texans defense today.
That center push, you can step up and avoid outside pressure, but that center push where the guards are, where the center is, if you get that, you get in the face of the quarterback, it's really disruptive.
Second down and 10. Willis, low throw, is caught by Woods, and he's tackled immediately at the 10-yard line. 55 seconds and counting.
You've got to push the ball down the field beyond the first down marker here, because you're running out of time on this clock right here, even with one timeout.
3rd and 4. Willis steps up. He locates Haskins. He's got the first down. Hit hard.
Got to have your timeout called.
Christian Harris, the tackle. Mike Vrabel, the timeout. With 38 seconds to go, and now no timeouts remaining for Tennessee. If the Titans do go on to lose this game, in all likelihood, the Week 18 game between Tennessee and Jacksonville will be for the division. Barring a tie next week, Tennessee plays Dallas. The Jaguars will be in Houston. It looks like the AFC South will be decided Week 18 in Jacksonville. But Tennessee can change that tune if they can pull out a miracle here with 38 seconds to go. And a stoppage. And Lovie Smith calls timeout. Met with Lovie Smith last night, and he said, yeah, we know what our record is. We know we've lost 9 in a row, but our worst days are behind us. We are playing our best ball right now. And you got the sense from Lovie last night that he was quite confident going into this game.
And you get the feeling from talking to the players that came into the interview room that Lovie was just as positive with us as he is with them each and every day. So he's not a coach that comes in grumpy one day on Wednesday and then happy the next day. I think he's positive each and every day, and he's looking at the growth that they've had from these young players, first and second year guys, that he's really excited about.
38 seconds left. Willis with pressure coming, buys some time. Willis with 2 Texans around him, stays on his feet, throws and completes it to Haskins. But now a lot of time is going to come off the clock. Tennessee cannot stop it.
Spike it.
18, 17. Willis in the shotgun. Doesn't spike it. Willis lost the football. Gets it back. Chased by Grenard. 8 seconds left. Flag is down. Pass is complete to Hooper, who goes out of bounds. Could be a face mask behind the play with 5 seconds left.
He's going to get 15 yards tacked on at the tail end of this. That will give him a chance to throw a Hail Mary the last play into the end zone.
That penalty will be added to the end of the run, first down.
So now we're going to have a dramatic finish, a Hail Mary, maybe a lateral play, but because of that penalty, the 15 extra yards will give Willis a chance to throw this one in the end zone if that's what Tennessee decides to do.
You can approach this two ways. You can have the 3 receivers on one side and have them all bunch up, or you can have 2 by 2 and have them come down and converge in the middle. You can go here and from here with 2 receivers on each side. And that's what you have, 2 by 2. So get everybody in the middle, get a middle jump ball.
And Lovie Smith calls timeout.
And so Lovie Smith is looking at that. He has 3 defenders along the goal line. Christian Kirksey, his middle linebacker, is lined up in the middle of the 2 safeties back on the goal line.
Fans on their feet on Christmas Eve. Tennessee has one last chance with 5 seconds to go. 3 Texans are back deep at the goal line. Petrie, Kirksey, and Owens. Willis in the shotgun. Tennessee looking for a Christmas miracle. Willis winds up, throws it down the field, into the end zone, intercepted. Petrie goes down, and the Texans have their 2nd win of the year. They stop a 9-game losing streak. And the struggles continue for Mike Vrabel and the Titans. They drop their 5th consecutive game. Another look at the last-ditch Hail Mary. First time the Titans have lost 5 games in a row since a 6-game skid back in 2015. Desmond King covering Burks in the end zone. Petrie with his 4th interception of the year. Let's update the playoff picture, and a noticeable change at the number 4 spot. By virtue of their head-to-head win, the Jaguars are now technically in front in the AFC South. And again, barring ties next week, it looks like the division will be decided Week 18 in Jacksonville. Final score, 19-14. Houston wins it. Coming up next, State Farm postgame show. For James Lofton, Amanda Renner, Gene Steratore, our entire crew, this is Andrew Catalan saying so long from Nashville. We'll take you back to New York for all the scores and highlights right after this.